afford a night off, Carl. I'm surprised he's not had a night off, cheeky bastard. Good evening, you wonderful people. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for joining us on this fine Wednesday. I say fine Wednesday. Like, it's been grim, isn't it?
What, the weather?
Yeah.
I love it.
It's been shitting it down all day.
I love it.
Ugh. If you haven't already, you wonderful humans. Oh, what's it do that still? I thought I fixed that problem.
Why does it do what?
There's a weird transition screen now. It's because I was showing James about transitions the other day and I've...
Babe, you're not... Why aren't you putting the right milk in my tea?
There's milk in your tea.
It's not. It's like, that's a you tea. That's not a me tea.
We'll go get some more milk then. I'd rather not put enough in and you can add some. She's like fucking... She's like Paddy. She has her tea like a beige colour. Unbelievable. This stream was the 4th recommended on my homepage when I just checked. Of the top 3, I've watched one of the guys' videos. The 2nd and 3rd, I've never watched the channel. Go figure. Oh, mate, honestly, YouTube is doing weird shit right now. Like, really, really weird shit right now. And it's not helping us at all. And it's an absolute struggle. But there's not a lot we can do. It's the behemoth that is YouTube. What do? You just keep going, keep grinding, and hope that eventually they fix the problem. The thing is, it's in YouTube's best interest to push content to more popular people, or more to push content in general to more people, right? Because the more people that watch the content, the more ad revenue YouTube gains. The more people that give memberships and super chats, the more revenue that YouTube gains. So this issue that's currently going on with YouTube is probably not going to be a long-term problem because it's in their best interest to fix the problem. What are you shaking your head for?
Tea not made in the pot is a crime.
It's fine.
It's not. It just tastes of hot. I can taste the kettle. I can't taste the tea.
Hot. If you pour water from the kettle into the fucking teapot...
No, it tastes different. And don't even come at me with a metal teapot because that's just rude.
Anyway, just a mince pie from Tesco's. I only nearly bought some the other day.
I can still make you some.
I know you can, but you're also quite busy, so you know. Yeah, anyway, you wonderful humans. Today's an interesting topic, right? We did a stream last night. I don't know if you guys watched. We did Knights versus Imperial Fists, new Imperial Fist attachment versus new Imperial Knights, and there was definitely a story that was spun during our time on the tabletop last night. Definitely a rhetoric that come to the fore. The new Knights are broke as shit. They should be banned. And I did a bit of digging today, and I've done a bit of reading, and I did a little bit. I was like, I'm not sure about this. In my logical 40k brain, don't think they're that much of a problem. And I come to you with this quote, this hot take. New Knights are not that broken. They're not. There's a couple of minor issues that need fixing, I think. I'm not entirely sure I like a stratagem where you spend 1 CP and it affects 3 big knights. I think that's probably a problem. I'm not entirely sure I like the fact that the model gives the 4-up invulnerable window, right? I don't like that. However, for the most part, an army of 5 big knights is not a broken army. I'll give you a moment for that to sit, and I'll explain why. The damage output's very good, right? That's not something that's in question. The damage output is very, very good per night, and the damage output kind of needs to be good per night. I'm not remembering right that you have 5 models on the table if you roll all big knights. Okay, so here's the first thing. Okay, with 5 models on the table, they are going to struggle. You're right there.
No.
They're going to struggle scoring secondary points. They will struggle scoring secondaries. So let's take random secondaries. Here's the other thing: if you're not taking bring it down and assassinate as fixed secondaries, you're doing it wrong. Because if you take bring it down and assassinate as fixed secondaries, and you kill 4 of the big knights out of 5, you've maxed your secondary points. Right? So that's easy. You max your secondaries at that point. At which point, if you can match the primary or slightly win the primary game, then you can't lose to knights. I just don't think they're a problem. The defender strikes is an issue. The point made yesterday about it being an anti-everything gun. I mean, it is an anti-everything gun. But there's lots of stuff in the game that are anti-everything guns. The defender can be dealt with mostly with points. I think it needs a change to its 4-up invulnerable window. I don't think that's it. Well, then they can all action and shoot because they're Titanic characters. They can't. I still don't think it's a problem though, Ghasty. Sorry, Coronal Panic. Like, there's still only 5 of them. I don't think they're that bad. And I love Joe. Joe's one of my favourite people in the world. But if you spend near 900 points on two 11-man Terminator bricks, well, 10-man Terminator bricks with characters, and then complain that you got outmaneuvered, outbeat, out-primaried, where's the issue? I don't think it's with the Knights. I don't think Knights are the problem there. I think for any army, especially Space Marines nowadays, if you run 900 points for 2 units-ish, just under, you're probably going to lose. It's just, that's how it works, you know? Yeah, especially when none of them, you know, like 5-man Terminator units, some of them kept back in Deep Strike, right? Some of them kept back in Deep Strike. So when the Knight player goes, I'm spending a CP to make it objective, sticky, 5+, whatever, you go, cool, I can just drop things onto it. I can maneuver things, I can have fast moving units, I can screen, you know, I honestly, they've had a reduction in toughness. They've lost their feel no pain. They've gone up in wounds, but they've lost their feel no pain, with the exception of that one detachment where they had one CP strat to do it. I don't think they're a problem. I honestly don't think they're that much of a problem at all. And I think that the story out there on the internet that they're utterly broken, I don't think that's going to be found to be true. I can see them making some changes. I can see them making some fast changes to a couple of bits and bobs here and there. I think that's just to bring a couple of the things in the book down level with the rest of the book. I don't think as a faction at the moment they are busted. Honestly, that's my hot take. I'd love to know what you guys think. Yeston Jones, thank you for kicking us off with 5 gifted memberships. I left it as a Make Me Smile fund. I've had a miserable day today. You ever have those days, right? So I didn't sleep great. You ever have those days where you wake up having not slept well, and then what was the first thing I did? Oh, I came down, I got something out of the dishwasher. It's my own fault. Didn't close the dishwasher back up. Smashed my shin off the dishwasher.
I have an almost constant bruise on my leg from where I keep bumping into the dishwasher.
Yeah. So I almost I smashed my shin off the dishwasher. I then got a chair to reach into the cupboard.
I honestly have to agree that it is not as bad as the start of the edition. Parry this, you filthy heretic, if you say otherwise.
Clive, thank you for the $5. I'd love to know your thoughts. With postcards would be amazing, right? I think if you can deal with vehicles, you can deal with knights. Should it be Devil's Advocate? Should it be possible for any unit to one-shot knight? I'll Devil's Advocate your Devil's Advocate, Kev. Should it be possible for 400 points of your army to kill a tank? Because if you think, right, if you think that a 5th of your army being able to deal with a tank is fair, knights are 400 points. I will Uno reverse that Devil's Advocate. So yeah, so I smashed my shin off the dishwasher, and then we have like a set of like high cupboards, and then on top of the cupboards we put some of our spare stock, like spare tea bags or whatever. And I climbed up on a chair to get to that spare because it's like I can't reach it at the back of it. And then as I got back down, I smashed my knee off the chair. At this point, I'm like, I'm in a bad mood already. And then what I did, we've got a sugar pot, right, which is black with a lid on it, right. And my coffee cup is black. And what I did is I took the lid off the sugar pot, put it on the side, and that's when I saw the sugar pot was empty. Reached up, got the sugar, came down, smashed my knee, got annoyed, got my spoon, put sugar in your coffee cup, right, and then went to put sugar in my coffee cup. Apart from it wasn't my coffee cup, it was the black lid, and I've just chucked sugar all over the side and the floor. So I was in a fucking foul mood at that point. That was the start to the day, and it hasn't really got much better. Tau going into concerns me a bit though. Them getting their invuln for range makes a shooting army not as effective. I mean, yeah, but for the most part, it's a 5-up invuln, so I don't think it's that much of a drama. I think you'd be fine. How many wins the big ones? 28. You go for it, it's Tau.
Well, I was very brave last night. Very, very brave.
Why?
I went into Ben's room to drop off their like bedtime porridgey bits, and right above Ben's head there's this pretty big house spider. So I was thinking, well, that can't stay there, because if he sees it, no one's getting any sleep tonight. So I'll come downstairs thinking, what's the best way to get him out of his room without spotting the spider? Because he has a cabin bed. The minute he stands up to walk off the bed, the spider will be in his peripheral, and you will just look at the black blob on a beige wall.
26 wins. Okay, I thought it was 28. Cool, even better.
So I came downstairs for a glass and a piece of cardboard. And I was coming up with this really elaborate story of how to get him out of his room. And I walk into his room and he's gotten the nail clippers out. And I thought, perfect. So I was like, Ben, do you not want to do that in the bathroom? Because all your nails that you're going to cut off, they're going to be in your mattress. And you'll feel it when you sleep. It won't be nice. Oh, yeah, good idea, Mum. And then he stands up and I go, oh, shit. He just stood straight up. Oh, my God, he's going to see it. And then he walks off his bed, nattering away to me. And then he turns around, looks back at me. And now my head is right by the spider because I'm trying to cover the spider. And then he gives me a thumbs up and walks off. How he didn't see it, I don't know. So now he's in the bathroom cutting his nails. I've now got the spider in the glass with the cardboard. Very, very brave girl. And then I go, James, could you come in here for a minute, please? And he comes down here and I'm like, no, I'm upstairs. Oh, where are you then? So then Ben's still cutting his nails in the dark now.
Dangerous, that.
Dangerous.
Dangerous game. I like that game.
Didn't turn the light on. So then James comes in and I'm shushing James because he's going to walk in and go, oh my fucking God, the size of that. So I'm going, shh, 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 while I've got this spider. I'm trembling away because it's massive. So I'm like, you need to open
Lucy's
the
a bit
door.
of an arachnophobe, by the way, chat, if you were unaware. This is important context right now.
You need to open the door, but don't tell Ben. And now Ben's in the doorway of the bathroom. I can't get past him because he'll definitely see me. So now I'm sort of sideways walking along, backwards down the stairs, trying to use my own body to mask the cup with the spider in. Got outside, shook the spider out, got back in and I went, oh, I did it.
Yeah.
Very, very brave girl.
Very, very brave.
And there's James looking at me like, really?
I know what we can do now. We can change this. We don't need to make Liam Smile Fund. We can go for Brave Loose Fund.
Brave Loose Fund.
That's worth it now. For Brave.
But it couldn't stay there. I couldn't wait for you because you know how I feel about spiders and the verbal contract they all enter into and they all break.
Yeah. Yeah, don't be scared of spiders as your child will copy and also be scared of spiders. That's fair.
Yeah.
One attack on hammerheads is a feels bad though. Guaranteed to hit and wound and when guided, but it's one shot going into an invul. I mean, yes, it is. At least it's a 5-up invuln, Pritters, rather than a 4-up invuln. I'm never normally a fan of big, like 6 to 12 damage guns, singular big 6 to 12 damage guns, being reliable for anti-tank, because so many things they're firing into do have things like armor of contempt and invulnerable saves and stuff like that. So I think that when you look at it in the context of a hammerhead or a lancer or whatever to take down knights with their 5-up invulns, I think that's less reliable. Look at how many wounds. Watch like last night's game back, right? There's a few things I want to point out. Watch last night's game back. First of all, Joe did at one point he did 17 wounds to a knight with storm bolters. Now, granted, those storm bolters have +1 a wound, but he did 17 wounds with storm bolters. Okay, you can do wounds with bolt guns to knights. You can strip, and the more saves you force, the less likely they'll roll 5-ups overall. Right? It's mathematics. It's how it works. You know, and then you've got other units in the game that have got like strength because the T11 now you've got like strength 6. They'll be winning on 5s. And some of them like shuriken cannons. Eldar can spam shuriken cannons. They win on 5 to damage 2. They're AP 1. You know, they put them on a 4-up. They're AP 1. They're 2 damage. There's a lot of things out there. Death by 1,000 cuts that can drop knights. And I think if you MSU it with stuff that's got reasonable OC, so you don't even need to kill them necessarily. If you out primary them, they'll struggle with secondaries. But if you kill them as well and you take those fixed secondaries, I worked out if Joe had taken assassinate and bring it down as fixed secondaries last night, he would have scored an additional 22 points on top of what he actually scored, or 21 points because I think he gained some for what's it called, challenger cards or whatever, right? If he'd have done that, he only lost. Spoiler by the way, if you haven't watched the game, he only lost by 14 points. So if he scores 20 more points and he lost by 14 and then wins by 6, because he killed 4 knights, just by secondary choices alone, could have won that game last night. So how are they a problem? Heard it here first, guys. Blame Liam for bringing 60 breaches. But legit, Pritters, right? 60 breaches probably caused knights some real fucking problems. Honestly, I believe it. Ash, if premium's charging you more now, is it charging you more, or are you doing it via iPhone? I haven't changed premium for ages, so I have no idea.
Do you know, you've just reminded me, Ash, I need to cancel the boys' Twinkle subscription.
Yeah. He took a night out around. Exactly. And I'm going to be honest with you, right? I'm gonna hold my hands up now and say this, and he's going to get really upset about it, and I don't care. Joe's list. Paddy messaged Joe and said, Knights are a bit spicy. The damage output's pretty good. Bring a strong list. And Joe went, hold my beer, and bought a shit one. And then whinges when he loses. It's a very Joe thing to do. Here's my shit list that I think's really good, and everyone tells him it's shit, and then it loses, and he goes, oh, Knights are broken. 900 points of Terminators are shit. That's what happened there. Just throw it out there. Just throwing it out there. I think I saw someone in the chat earlier say as well that Titans played a night game and there was a 1 point deficit. A 1 point difference. That doesn't reek of an army that's broken to me. Joe had fun, that's what counts. Facts. I just want my big gun to do big gun things and one attack fills them out. And I agree with you. Honestly, any big gun like that, it's so swingy. Vanquishers for guard have always sort of been the same. Lancers give you a little bit more reliability. Fire Prisms get it quite good because of the inbuilt rerolls. So they're more likely to hit and win. But Fire Prisms almost suffer from the same problem they predict, right? If you hit invulnerable saves and they run both their invulnerable saves, you're like, my big gun doesn't feel big gun. And there is that issue that, because I will go as far as to say, if your army has competent combat, well, Knights don't get their invuln in combat, so in you run. And everyone goes, yeah, Knights don't get their invuln in combat, so when I run, I'm like, yeah, but you're mostly AP2 in combat, so they're still on a 5-up. And 5-up invuln and 5-up combat, if you said to someone, you get a 5-up save against all shooting, like, it's not a great save. 3-up's good, because that's power armor. 5-up's not great. But Knights will only get 5-ups against those big guns, and 5-ups isn't great. It's a 1 in 3 chance of passing, a 2 in 3 chance of failing. You play Paddy, we can make a better judgment. I'll throw Eldar against Paddy. And I won't even tailor. I won't even run Haywire Harlequins. Joe definitely misplayed the Lancers. If a Knight player, if you're running 2 anti-tank tanks, and a Knight player is able to, with 1 turn of movement, that definitely wasn't spoken about before the game started, by the way, with 1 turn of movement, be able to draw a line of sight to that tank, and therefore shoot at it, you have not done a great deployment there. And yeah, and if the person says pre-stream, oh, just to let you know, if I move there, I can see that tank, and you don't move it, and then it gets 1 shot turn 1. I don't know. I don't think they're bad. I don't think that broken. I don't know if Tau can outgun Knights. It'll be an interesting matchup, I think. I hear people complain from lots of communities, and the issue is, and will always be, are you playing to win or playing for fun? 100% so. This is the other thing, right? There's a bunch of Knight players in the world. There are a lot of Knight players in the world that play Knights, and this is the problem, right? This is what we call the Eldar problem for me, right? I had this experience, and it was shit. And I've had it a lot. And this is where I think that people need to be, and I think all of us as a community need to be a bit careful and a bit responsible. Right? And I say a bit careful because there will be occasions where you're right to be a bit butthurt. That's fine. And I'm not saying that you should never feel bad for feeling butthurt, because there are occasions where it's fine. But the Eldar problem for me, I played Eldar for the longest time. I don't remember a time I didn't play Eldar, right? I fucking loved them forever. And Eldar have had this constant issue where rules come out and they're utterly fucking broken. Think start a 10th edition broken, right? That's not been their only time in the sun. Right, and they've had a time in the sun on a few occasions. They were nuts during parts of 7th edition. They've been nuts a few times, right? And specifically during 7th edition, before the channel properly started, there were a number of occasions where I had real fucking shit feels bad moments, because I put together what I would consider a very narrative Eldar list, because I was always more of a narrative person than a competitive person. Before I had the channel and I had regular opponents, the only way I could go and play different people other than 1 or 2 mates was by going to a tournament and playing 5 random people. And that was how I was able to play games against different people. I had a close friend, one of my best mate's Lee, who I used to play against his Tau all the time. We had an arms race, loved it, it was great. But like, there's only so many times you could play Tau in 7th edition where you're like, I want to play something a bit different. I want to play into Orcs, I want to play into Tyranids, I want to play something else, right? And it's not because I didn't enjoy playing Lee. Fucking some of my best ever games are playing Lee. But you want a bit of variety, okay? So I'd go to tournaments. And I'd turn up with my relatively narratively put together Eldar list. Like, I know what's bullshit, so I'm not going to take some of the bullshit because I don't want people to just think I'm a knob. And people get the pairings and they see that you're playing Eldar and they go, oh, for fuck's sake. I'm like, I think more of it is about normally the opponent than the army, to be honest. Oh, for fuck's sake, fucking Eldar. And I've had a few of these experiences, and as an Eldar player, or as a player in general, you go, I'm not looking forward to this interaction now. Like, you've judged me on the faction that I've bought without any knowledge at all. And I'm not looking forward to this interaction. I'm not looking forward to this game now. This is just not what I want, you know. And we run the risk of doing this for Knights. I've seen comments from people since last night's game. I've seen comments from people in social media areas who haven't seen last night's game who have kind of fired down that rhetoric. And I've seen other people who are Knights players who only play for fun and they're like, I only play to enjoy myself, and I hate all this Knight players are a problem nonsense, because it isn't everybody. It isn't everybody, right? So we have to be a bit careful, and it's very... it seems very convenient that everything Joe loses to is broken, and everything that he runs is fine. If we're honest, Eldar are always broken. They're currently in a great balance spot.
I have just Googled. So, the name PIOTR.
On the Eldar thing, then, Ghastly, because I like data. Data's my favourite thing. I'm a mathematician at heart. What's more broken? Eldar or Space Wolves? I don't think 5 bigs is the move. No, you don't. I wrote a list. I wrote a Knights list that I can share with you, and it's a lot stronger than what Paddy wrote last night. Don't think it's broken. Are you sure it was the Eldar, not you? Well, there's a dude I've never met before, Carl. It's probably my smell. Now, remembering Stu Black and his wonderful Goldilocks zone, where he wants every faction to exist in the win-loss rate. Remember his Goldilocks zone? Chat, do you remember this? Games Workshop have that data. They put together win percentages for factions, right? So it takes how many wins, how many losses, and what's the percentage win rate. And obviously, a perfectly balanced world of Warhammer, every faction has a 50% win rate. In a perfectly balanced world of Warhammer. Impossible to achieve.
I was going to say, does that happen?
It's impossible to achieve with the amount of different numbers that exist within the game, but also you have player skill that comes into it. Okay. So the best players in the world are playing a specific faction, but it's a worse faction. They'll bring their win rate up because they're the best players in the world, right? And I firmly believe that there's a lot currently in 40k of wins, losses that are about the player, not about the army, and people would rather blame the army than accept that they got beat by a better player. But that's my own personal opinion. So Games Workshop have this Goldilocks zone, and they would consider a army to be balanced if its win rate sits between 45 and 55%. So they can't get everything at 50%, right?
To quote Joe, only I may dance.
So they want you to be between 45 and 55%, chat. If you've not seen the Meta Watch stuff before, this is pretty obvious, right? They want you to be between a 45 and 55% win rate.
I agree, Knights aren't broken, especially when I bring them. I don't run Questerus, only Cerastus and Armiger, and a Valiant once.
Love it, Ben. You keep doing you, man. Thank you for the $5, dude. You're a legend. Right? Now, like I said, aiming for that 50% win rate is perfect. So when people keep telling me that Eldar are currently broken, I get hyper interested because they currently have a 52% win rate, which means they are perfectly sat in the middle of thereabouts, in the middle of that Goldilocks zone. And in fact, if you look at their individual detachment win rates, Seer Council is their strongest one at 55%. They don't have a single detachment that sits above the Goldilocks zone for Eldar. Space Wolves, however, they have a 54% win rate. They have a higher win rate than Eldar, Space Wolves do. And importantly, Their highest one is Gladius, which has a 57% win rate. So actually, out of Eldar and Space Wolves need the nerf. Strictly, they don't. Strictly, it's generic Space Marines Gladius that needs the nerf, right? But there you go. And the highest performing codex right now, believe it or not, is Imperial Agents. The Purgation Force has a 60% win rate. So Genius to the Cult is like, I think Genius to the Cult is like third highest. Hang on. Genius to the Cult second highest with an overall 55% win rate. And if you go into that, I'll show you what I'm looking at, chat, as well, so you can see I'm not talking bullshit, right? My screen share right now. Okay, this is stat check, stat-check.com /the-meta, right? This is my website of data. This is where someone tells me such and such faction is broken. I come here and I look at this. I love this kind of shit. This stuff makes me really happy. Right, this stuff makes me really, really happy. So if I zoom in a little bit,
I'm having school flashbacks.
So up here, look, the Zeno Creed congregation for Genius to the Cults has a 67% win rate. The Final Day has an 85% win rate. No one's talking about Genius to the Cults being broken. 85% win rate. 13 games played, 3 players played them, 85% win rate.
Are they using players of the same ability?
No, you can't. There's no way you can do that.
Right.
I have suggested in the past, when I was getting upset with their data, that what they were doing was they weren't going, here's all the players in the world that played all the factions, we're going to take the top 10 players from every faction, and then we're just going to compare their data. The problem that you do have is Billy Buttfuck turns up to a tournament like me, having never played G to the Cults before and not knowing what I'm doing. I lose all 5 games. I drop the win percentage quite significantly.
But Webway Thingy from Aldari is the funnest.
Webway Thingy. Webway Thingy is... Seer Council's top, Aspect, Warhost, Windrider, Guardian, Battle Host, Ghost of the Webway is second from the bottom, and then Spirit Conclave. So Ghost of the Webway is Harlequin, second from bottom. Spirit Conclave, so Wraithguard, etc. 25% win rate, right? But you can go into it and you can look at 4 games played, 1 player. So he's played 4, won 1, lost 3. And this website is, if you don't look at this already, chat, this website is great, right? So this tells you who needs help and who doesn't need help. Now, obviously, we can't pay too much attention to Imperial Knights right now. This is pre-Codex. 54% win rate is mostly because of how cheap they all were, right? Orcs are flat at the bottom. Orcs clearly need some love right now. Emperor's Children near the bottom. You know, Space Marines are near the bottom, even though they have access to Gladius. So it's a combination of Gladius and the units. Do you know how you fix Space Wolves? You fix Space Wolves by saying you can't take Gladius. All that data now, all the engineers in the chat are harder than a Mechanicus Majus being presented with a 4-slot toaster. Honestly, it's I love this kind of stuff, Ed. This makes me happy. What this already does, I didn't know this. Someone told me this recently. What this also does is it removes mirror matches. So where Imperial Knights play Imperial Knights and beat them, it just removes the result because it doesn't make sense, right? Because a mirror match is 1 win, 1 lose. Cool. Doesn't really make any difference to the overall win percentage. You got the score mark. This is fucking great. Look at statcheck.com, right? And just prove that certain factions, when people give it the rhetoric, Eldar are broken, when they're not though. They sit in the Goldilocks zone. They're fine. Can you see one faction compared to another? So if a popular detachment does poorly against, let's say, Eldar, then the perception would be Eldar is broken because the most popular detachment has a bad matchup. I don't know. Possibly. Probably. If you move Gladius, many armies get fixed in the veterinarian meaning of the word. Yeah. Yeah, Gladius is like a problem in Space Wolves, but not really a problem for Space Marines. Space Marines' overall win percentage is quite low. They sit in the bottom half. And this is where I really want, like, Knights can look nuts, but...
Don't get it myself. Play the armies you love.
Absolutely. That's what we should and could all do. The problem is, I know what you did last one. Thank you for the $5, by the way. The problem is that people will... There's like... I was talking to Luce about this earlier, right? There's a wide spectrum of players, as we all know. Spectrum's definitely the right word for us as well. and you go from everything from the hyper competitive, just want to win, all the way round to the super narrative, don't care about anything but playing my fun narrative list. And it's not a one or the other. It's not that kind of binary approach that we seem to see on fucking social media now. You're either one or you're not. That's not how it works. There's just a spectrum. So you have some people that sort of sit in the middle between liking to play hard and competitive and having fun lists. Some people lean slightly more towards the competitive and less towards the narrative. Some people lean slightly more towards the narrative and less towards the comparative. That's fine, right? That happens. I would suggest that I'm not full narrative bunny. I probably, if the middle point is there between competitive and narrative, I'm slightly more towards the narrative than the competitive. But I like to compete and I like to do well. I like to have a chance, right? The problem I have is because the thing is with Knights is it's not like when you have a single unit that's very good at what it does for like 100 or 150 or 200 points. In the grand scheme of things, it doesn't feel like that much of a problem. It takes perhaps a while to kind of realize that they're a problem, right? Because there's such a small proportion of a 2,000 point army. When you have a model that's a 400 point, so Kev said it earlier, right? Is it right that a single unit can one-shot a tank? And this is why I reversed it on him. This is why I did the old Uno reverse. Is it right that 420 points of my army can one-shot a tank? Because if I take 10 fire dragons and Fugan, I can probably pop 2 tanks, right? That's less than 400 points. So actually, when a single 400 point knight can pop a tank, that's probably okay. Just don't let your tank get popped. I just love dolls and rolling numbered rocks. Me and you both dangerous. Me and you both, mate. I would love to play the army I love, but the army I love is White Scar Bike Army. My friend has it a bit better. He likes and owns only Terminators and Land Raiders. Well, hopefully... How did you say it? How did you say his name?
Oh, no. Hang on.
Well, I'm talking to him now.
Okay, so it's Piotr.
Okay. Hopefully, with White Scar Bike Man coming out, you might get something that will allow you to do that, mate, in 40k. Because White Scar Bike Man's very pretty. Who knows when he's coming out?
I think that's right.
Piotr. Is that right?
Say it again?
Piotr.
I think so, yeah. Yeah.
You look nervous.
I am. It's someone's name. Somebody's mother loved them and named them, and I want to get it right.
I think I just called him Peter. It was fine.
No, it's not fine.
I Englished it.
Yeah, and that's why it's not fine.
Anybody out there thinks that they're super broken? I'm interested. What 40k army have you been building recently? I haven't. I had the urge the other day to pull out some Krieg, if that helps. Yeah, 2 tables away. Not quite. It can't quite be 2 tables away. I think the range on that gun's 36. That's the other thing as well, right? Range is a fallacy in 40k to a point because White Scar dude gets a try-out paint job and goes straight into the display cabinet. Fucking right. Range is kind of a fallacy in 40k because the game is played in the midfield. A no man's land is 24 inches wide, 12 inches from either side, or 18 inches wide. So range is kind of a fallacy because you have to play in the midfield anyway. Bit of a point bump, maybe, yeah. Maybe a bit of a point bump. If you're talking about the points that we have, maybe a slight point bump for some units. Here's the other problem as well, right? I also don't think they're that much of an issue based on the detachment that Paddy rolled used. I don't know what other people have used, but here's another thing that I've noticed with content creators. I'm going to call out my own kind here. And what I've noticed with content creators, and we've done it on occasion, we've done it actually for a fair few times, is they look at a codex that they're going to preview, and game one, what they do is they bring the strongest fucking detachment they possibly can. I think we did 2 weeks of Eldar, and I tried to show one of a different detachment every single game on purpose, because I don't want to just run the best every time. And actually thinking about it, my favourite I've settled on is between Warhost and Aspect Host. And lately, all I've done is play Aspect Host. And I'm like, actually, that's not good. I should showcase something other than Aspect Host. I should go back in there with Wraiths and play Wraith Host, right? But despite the fact that it's clearly the worst, I should go back in there and play Spirit Host. You know? Knights just don't belong in 40k. I just think they're too big for 40k is trying to snapshot. And I think if you think about the narrative snapshot, what 40k is, I would agree with you. I think they probably shouldn't be in 40k. And I think you could remove them alongside Wraith Knights and Storm Surges and all those kinds of things. But they're here, and I don't think they're going anywhere. So as much as I do agree with what you're saying and the concept of it, they were brought in, they're not going anywhere. Because I would probably remove flyers before I remove super heavies, if I'm honest. Get Joe painting up those Wind Riders, turn their Space Marines. Well, if he thought that, I'd have loads of them already. Hey, Peter still hasn't told us if you said his name right. He's ignoring you.
He said, like the stream, name it is fine. We don't use names here. My real name is Prosaiacpulas, which means pig went into neighbour's field.
That's fucking cool as shit. Basilisk shouldn't. You know, that, and that's the point, isn't it? If you go for that snapshot.
I don't think knights are broken. I just think, like flyers, big monster mash armies are difficult to balance.
Strong agree. Strong agree. And if you go for that snapshot argument because of dragons as well, which, like I said, I don't disagree with you, to be clear, but there's lots of other things you can point at. Someone said basilisks, demon primarchs, any primarch, Abaddon. You know, basilisks are an artillery piece that has a 240-inch range, right? Now, I'm not entirely sure what the cross-section of a 40k field, well, it used to be 72 inches, isn't it? It's smaller now because we're on 44 by 60. So if it's like a 65-inch table width, if you are from one corner to the other corner, the longest possible distance on a 40k table, talking like 60 to 70 inches, why do you need a gun that's got a 240-inch range? It doesn't make any sense. Huh?
Pew pew.
Pew pew. Doesn't make any sense, does it? I'll die. Fuck you, Kev. Anyway. I changed the members target for a 4 Brave Loose fund.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Well, 7 people think I'm brave.
That was that was before I changed it.
Oh, no people think I'm brave.
No people think you're brave for handling
That's
the spider.
fine. I'm not even sure James thought I was brave because I was shaking like a leaf and panting as I had the spider.
I was
coming
like,
down
change the member change the member track as something loose related, and they'll all get behind that.
No way.
They all fucking hate me, but
Get Brom to play knights, see how long people say knights are broken.
well, yeah.
Bombardment.
Only 7 gifted so far, yes, and yeah, I know. Rough day at the office, mate. I'll be honest with you, I came away from last night wanting to make a knight just because it's fucking cool. And actually, some of the most fun I've ever had painting is painting Imperial Knights. I really like painting Imperial Knights. They're incredibly rewarding. I painted a bunch before, and where you can panel line them and highlight them and paint the rivets, and they're so rewarding to paint. So rewarding to paint. Honestly. They're utterly new to the Death Strike missile, yeah. Stefan thinks you're brave!
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, he does. Thank you, Big Bad Peter, for the $5 as well. Thank you, Stefan, for the 1 gifted You're a Legend.
I was pretty brave. I could have cried. It was really on a knife edge if I cried or if I went through with the plan.
Stefan thinks you're brave. Demon Primarchs are perfectly balanced. Magnus is also take. Fulgrim is never take. Angron and Morty are both sometimes takes. That is a level of balance, yeah. That is a balance.
Thanks, Soups.
I think you're brave, Luce. I'm just cheap, is what he says. Amazing. That doesn't help me, Soups, I'll be honest. But you are a legend and I love you, so you know. I put the call out yesterday, I think it was, to the Thanes about starting perhaps Thane sagas.
Ooh.
Yeah. It will start with Thanes and it will trickle down to other people. What's really interesting, right, is there's a few of them, and I won't mention names, but there's a few of them that have commented on the announcement that we're looking at starting Thane sagas soon, saying, I mean, I'll do one, but I worry that I've got nothing interesting to say.
I know what they mean.
I reckon every single person in the world has something interesting to say.
Mm-hmm.
Even all of you. Everyone's got something interesting to say. Guaranteed. So, you know. Saga's coming too.
How do I feel about snakes, Stefan? I think they are amazing all the way over there. They're not so amazing when they're all the way over here.
Tony, thank you for the 5 gifted. We were we together when I had my python?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought so. Not a euphemism, chat, I might add. Thank you for the 5 gifted, Tony, you absolute wonderful human. Let's turn this show upside down. Frown, upside down. Show frown.
You want to turn the show upside down?
Huh?
You want to turn the show upside down?
Yeah, I didn't do it. I didn't do a good job. I'm tired. Leave me alone.
Okay, ready? Take 2. Go.
Oh, that's not how it works.
We need to get one of the boards that...
Yeah.
Action.
How about snakes with 8 legs?
No.
If we had a pet channel, I could show some crazy pets. Almost got a small zoo. Don't we have a pet channel in the Discord or not? I don't know. Thane Sagas will be cool as shit. Travel holiday allowance permitting, yeah. That would be me. So, Kai, what do you think of Warhammer? You need a mortgage. Good chat, Kai. Never come back. Fair. True. At least it's getting cheaper, right?
Isn't Luce worried now that there is a disgruntled spider plotting outside for revenge on his eviction? Probably planning to climb into a boot that's been left out to air and bite a toe.
Yeah, I wish you could see how much she just started scratching herself yesterday, simply because of that super chat.
Actually itchy.
She's actually got itchy over there.
It's
Have you checked
fine.
your wellies lately?
It's fine because my wellies belong to nature now. I haven't worn them in ages, and I think there was one Saturday I was walking with the boys and we were walking through some bramble, and one really thick piece of bramble went across my ankle and it slipped my welly boot. So they're not waterproof now anyway. So nature can have them. If I'm housing a spider through our winters, they can have the welly boot.
Do we need to get you new wellies then?
No, I'm saving up for a pair I want.
Saving up? Mm-hmm. What the fuck are you buying?
They're completely see-through wellies, so the world can admire my knitted socks. Oh yeah. So I can walk the dog, and when a fellow dog walker goes, oh, and I can say, oh, what, these? I made these? Well, thank you for noticing.
I don't have words for see-through wellies so you can see my knitted socks.
Yeah. That is my goal
When
this
those
year.
knitted socks rub a hole through your feet and you blister and bleed everywhere, they'll see that too.
Why would they do that?
Just rub on your skin.
Why? Why would they do that?
What happens in wellies?
They're knitted to my feet, so they're going to fit my feet.
They're knitted to a random foot shape.
No, they're knitted because you knit and then you keep trying them on, and then you knit some more, and then you try them on.
Only toes inbound, 100%. Never leave your boots facing up. Well... Shall I tell the story? Shall I tell the story?
No, because you don't need to, because you took a picture of it.
I think we should tell the story. So Luce is aware. Who was it who said never leave your ways facing up? Luce is aware that you should never leave wellies facing up, right? Because obviously what happens is rainfall happens and then wellies fill with water. It's a thing that happens, right? And so Luce was aware of this. I think it might have been because I told her, right? Don't leave them facing out, they fill with water. So, and I want to know how many of you 120 people figure this out. So Luce was like, I won't leave them facing up. I'll leave them upside down so they don't get filled with water. I don't want them touching the floor though, so I'm going to leave them upside down in a bucket.
And then it rained a lot.
Let's see if people figure the problem out. It was one of my favourite things I saw when I came to the back door.
Yeah, and then you took a picture of it and sent it to everyone.
I did take a photo first.
I think that was the first time I was added to a WhatsApp group that wasn't work related, just so I could see the reaction of everybody looking at my wellies.
It was fucking incredible the day that I found that. Brilliant. Hashtag life hack, 100%. Hashtag life hack that. The thing is, though, right? The thing is, Sir Strong Big Fish, is if she'd have put the wellies right way up on the floor and put the bucket upside down over top of them, that would have made sense. The bucket would have protected the wellies. No, we didn't do it that way round. It's been a while, but Lucy's the educator.
No, I'm the facilitator of their home education. Thank you, Carl.
Kev's asked you to explain the thought process at the time.
Because I didn't want them, like the tips of the welly boot, I didn't want them touching the floor.
Mikey says, I want to know the point where the penny dropped for her when she saw it on WhatsApp because I took a photo.
I just spend my life being tired, so I do things that make no sense.
Peak. Utter peak. There's been other things. I can't remember all of them, but there's some fucking great ones that have happened.
Leaving the butter on the radiator was pretty good.
There's been some fantastic ones.
In Hadley, when it was like -11.
Yeah.
And I couldn't butter the bread yet, so I put the butter on the radiator and then forgot about it. And it wasn't even in a butter dish yet. It was still in the foil wrapper.
We had a buttered radiator.
It had a buttered radiator.
And she is a qualified teacher.
No, I'm not.
No, Eston.
No.
She's not qualified.
No. I have been a waitress and a carer, so I'm good at those things. Well, I mean, the waitress thing was
I think we skipped some steps. Why are the boots being left outside the rain start? Because wellies are designed to go in shit conditions, mud and muck and crap and what have you. And when you come home, you come around the back of the house and you've got your wellies on, you take your wellies off and they're covered in shite, so you don't bring them in the house.
Yeah. So you typically, like, for example, if you're coming off a dog walk, you'd kick the wall to get the mud off your wellies and then take your wellies off, put them upside down on a welly holder. But we didn't have one yet because they're quite expensive for decent ones that can actually stand the weather. So I just used to leave them outside the door. But I wanted to put them upside down because it was due to rain. So I put them in a bucket. Because you put your umbrella in a bucket when you go indoors so you don't traipse water everywhere. So there was some kind of...
Leave them in the garage. Our garage isn't attached to our house. So she'd have had to take them off in the garage and then walk round to the house in her socks. Also, the garage is for motorbike and airbrush. And I think actually at the time, the garage was in fact a studio, if I remember rightly.
No, it was in the other house. So our garage could just fit our bikes in.
Oh, it was the last house? I thought it was out the back here.
No, it was in the last house.
Was it Shelley Road?
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah.
I mean, we had like a little like passageway bit that could have been in then.
Mm-hmm. This is more of me not thinking through the plan.
No, quite. There was a bit that was undercover there.
Yeah. And when I invented my own laundry dryer with the umbrellas because we didn't have a tumble dryer yet.
Lucy's welly fund. Changed it. It rains so much here, but no one owns umbrellas. We just accept it. If it cheers you up, Luce, I came into my kitchen this morning, was shocked at how hot it was. Then I left the oven on all night.
Oh, no.
Ugh.
That's a cosy kitchen.
Soup says, my favourite is the story of my nan who went to sieve lumps out of custard over the sink. Why buy custard?
When we were kids based in West Germany, at the time we would put wellies outside at night and in the morning they'd be filled with sweets if you had been good or sticks if you had been bad. I put my dad's out. Is that a Christmas thing or just like on a random day?
It will soon be Christmas.
I know.
I need my Christmas week off, which I actually think this year I'm not going to get.
No, probably not.
Because hobby house. I think I need to plan a week in like March or something as a week off and just stare longingly at it on the calendar as it slowly we trudge towards it. Around Christmas time. That's quite nice though. Lucy's Willy Fund? No. Likes Willy Fund. Yeah, if you want, Mikey, that's fine. I thought it said Luke. Well, you need another line, wouldn't you, for it to say Luke? Think about it. My great-grandma used to sell pennies in jars. There were still being used sugar, jam, etc. Lol. Thought I'd get more sweets for bigger wellies, but just got sticks. Smart thinking, though. You know, have a big welly? Imperial Knights.
This is like when my wife was using a power drill to put in a Phillips screw. It's working, isn't it? Yeah.
Luce knows full well if she wants some DIY doing, all she's got to do is go into the garage, get the electric drill, stand in the middle of the house and go, "Bow," and I'll go, leave it. Leave it, I'll do it.
Or I'll ask questions like, are you doing anything today? No, why? Can you drive me to B&Q? Why? What for? I just don't, this thing, it's a 5-minute job. I just want to have a go at it myself.
That's not entirely true. It starts off you doing anything today and it's never no. It's always, yeah, why, what's up? She go, well, if you're busy, can you just pop me to B&Q? Why? And then I'm like, oh, I'll fit this in as well now. I just want to change the curtain pole in the off it. No. At a glance. Everything looks different if you squint at it, right? Bismancourt, exactly. So this stud hammer thing, I'll tell you where the electric is, right? Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Soups.
Please don't shock yourself.
Didn't you do that with the extractor fan?
Yeah. Gave myself a nice little...
Give it here, I'll wire it up.
That's pretty painful.
Electric can be, yeah. It's a thing.
Yeah.
It's a thing.
Because you see in the films, the actors get thrown and it's all really comical. But you know when you're like, it's not that much. I didn't get thrown across the room, but I got a little zing to my finger that really hurt.
I've seen some people get some quite nasty shocks, to be fair, but I've had some quite hard zaps as well from things. Sticking your hands in things and going, what's that? Oh, fuck. Yeah, don't touch that.
Yeah.
The wonderful world of engineers. I feel like, chat, you just agreed with me that knights aren't broken, by the way. I was expecting more argument, pushback, and discussion over this. Stud hunter for that lonely woman. Peak marketing, that.
Yeah.
Mr. the Kelp. Peak marketing.
Yeah.
Peak.
What's really sad, though, is an awful lot of, I suppose, men around my age, my sort of year group in school, didn't leave school knowing how to do the DIY things. They've had to pick it up themselves. And whenever I've said, how is it that, because I left school not knowing how to cook or how to sew or anything, so I've had to pick those skills up myself as well. But whenever I say, how come where have you got this knowledge from yourself? Was it YouTube, or did you completely ruin a house through errors and learnt that way? And usually it's because their dads didn't know either.
Or did know and didn't tell them.
Yeah, maybe that as well.
I figured most of the DIY up by myself. I've just had to, I remember I got right my members target voucher value. I forgot to do it. I figured most of it out myself. My dad can definitely DIY, but he never really showed me. I had to just sort of learn. The thing is, to be fair though, we are in a world now where learning is a lot easier because things like YouTube exist.
Oh, I'm so grateful.
So like you can just go. This is a big Warhammer problem though as well, is because you can just, like, nowadays with a lot of things, you can just YouTube it. So you could just YouTube what's the strongest knights list. You'll probably get given a knights list that's bonkers. So that's a downside. But you also can go, how do I insert DIY task here, and someone somewhere has probably done a video to show you how to do it.
Because also with YouTube, so the wonderful thing about having somebody show you is that a doing skill, you're seeing it being done. And that's great because especially with things like knitting, where it's really close and you have to be right next to the person to see what they're doing, but their time will come to an end because either the workshop you've paid for will finish or the school day will finish, and then you'll go home and forget what you've learned. YouTube, it's right there, and you can rewind it, replay it, save it to a file, and keep going over and over and over. It's the kind of time that you can't really get from a professional.
Grain trade shows. I mean, my local group, we all sort of agreed that Knights are only broken because they're too cheap and the strats are too good. I think some of them are slightly too cheap, and I think only some of the strats are too good. Everything else in the new code's pretty well done. That's good. I think the losing of the solo player is a huge loss on survivability. I agree. I think that one of the big problems now is that they're going to die a lot easier, and so they're going to need to score early and kill early, and that's why their damage output's so good.
I remember the day that I called my dad and I put him on FaceTime because I had a puncture in one of my tyres and I hadn't been on my bike in years. And I took it out, got a puncture. So I came home and I called him on FaceTime and I was like, how is it again? How do you fix a puncture? And he was beaming. He was like, oh,
my time has come!
It's happening! She's 34, but it's happening! And he stayed on me with FaceTime for ages, and he taught me the whole, if you're out and about, try and find a puddle because the air will escape, or if you run the tyre along the top lip, you'll feel the air. Otherwise, fill the tub up, not all the way, you only need to put the tyre in. And then he said, honestly, just replace the tyre because punctures, it's enough to get you home, but...
So Strumming Fish, there's a lot of DIY stuff on YouTube is bad though, done by creators who confidently tell you how to destroy your house. Yeah, there is a bit of that going on. You have to search for the stuff that is the good stuff sometimes. There is a lot of shit on YouTube. Like we were saying the other day, I think it was on... Did we discuss on the stream on Monday? We did, I think, didn't we? That there's 95 years worth of content uploaded to YouTube every single day. Yeah, we did.
Oh, I got an arse snap.
So in a single day, over 95 years of content is uploaded. Which was like 460,000 hours or something.
I'll have to find the channel, but there's a guy in America, he's made a YouTube channel, and I think it's called How Do I ... And his channel is all DIY stuff because people don't know how to do it, or their parents have passed away, or that they don't even live in the same country anymore, so trying to get the time zones right and all of that. He's done a whole YouTube channel about DIY, and I think it's called How Do I ...
There you go.
Yeah, how cool's that?
Super helpful. Super helpful. We're an hour in. We've done 13 members, Lise. How do we improve the situation?
Put your feet on camera.
Do you reckon it'll work?
We're getting there now.
Where will it get to if we put feet on?
We're getting there now.
I could do that. Oh, it worked immediately!
There you go!
Look at that! Oh my god! Alex, thank you for 10 gifted memberships!
Alex is a foot guy. Facts.
Oh no, it's working. He'll keep doing it. Super chats are working. We've had loads. Some guys can't spend more. I got my feet out for you, Stefan. Thank you so much, Alex, for 10 gifted. You're an absolute legend. Love you. Damn, it really was that easy. Yeah, they keep telling you that. Only feet. Get on it. I am fucking wiped today, I'll be honest. Extreme shower bed.
Okay.
What?
I was going to put my cinnamon rolls in the oven, but I can proof them in the fridge.
Can they go in the oven like now, or how long do they take?
I can't remember.
Just Jupiter, thank you for the 1 gifted. He's also a feet fan.
I'll do them in the morning because I'll take them to...
No, because now I want to eat cinnamon rolls.
You call it spaffy bread.
It is spaffy bread when you're done with it. It is. It goes in looking like cinnamon rolls. It comes out looking like cinnamon rolls. You then cover it in icing, which is lovely, and it makes them. But it looks like someone's just on the rolls.
Someone's just given on the bread.
Yeah. It's just kids.
I give you me. Lots of future me's.
Yeah. Someone has given on the bread is a phrase I didn't think we would say tonight, to be fair. Thank you, Just Stupid, for the gifting. We've got 1 away from 25, chat! And then I just need one person to do 75. Right, then we're good. Oh, my Lord. Hey, Paul, how's it going, man? How are you? I can probably maybe cope for cinnamon rolls. But we don't have do we have an alarm clock tomorrow? Is there a reason to get up in the morning? Please say no.
Our multi-sports is slightly earlier.
What time slightly earlier?
11:15.
Oh, that's fine. That's okay. I'm not going to the gym tonight, though.
Oh yeah, you were gonna go, weren't you?
I was going to go, but I'm fucked.
You're not gonna go.
No, I'm fucked.
I want to use your ab thing.
My machine?
Yeah, you know.
Or the pad?
You know, you exercise groups of muscles together.
Yeah.
What would you group with abs, or is that
I
just
tag it on to
just a tag on?
other muscle groups? Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah. There's loads of cheeky little ab. I'll do crunches with you. I'll do those. I could do those tonight.
No, because I'll do 10 and I'll go, that's it, I'm done.
I do.
And then you'll bosh out 50 and make me feel bad.
No, I do 3 sets of 40 normally.
See, do you see what I mean?
But
you see what I mean?
I haven't done it for a couple of weeks.
Do you feel proud of yourself?
I haven't done it for a couple of weeks, though, so I won't be able to do that. I'll probably do like 3 sets of 30. And then you could do like ones on your side to do like your obliques and stuff. And then do the other side.
I need to do pelvis tilts and
Captain Rex, thank you.
the like diastis recti healing ones. So I need to do.
I need to get back on.
those.
I need to get back on the crunches and stuff. I haven't done. And I've also got the ab pad crunch as well for like better range setups and stuff, which is good.
What's the ab pad?
It's a pad that you lie on, and then there's like the like short bit goes in against your bum, and then your back goes back over, and you crunch on that.
No.
Yeah, it's great. Good for you.
You can have that one.
Good for you.
I'm gonna go and turn the oven on.
Okay. Right, if we can get like 5 people to just drop 20 now, so Lucy's got to come back and do 5 hopes, that'd be amazing. Just saying, chat. What's up with Lucy's wellies? Apparently she's got her eyes on some see-through ones. God knows what they're going to cost. Is that what spaff is? Another YouTube channel I watch calls a guy that all the time. That is a slang term for man products. I don't know if it's another name for something else. To be fair, it could be. Yeah, I'll squeeze the workout in on. I think I can do maybe early Friday morning. When's my meeting? 10:45. Ugh.
Paul, you on about my wellies?
Yeah, he said, "What's wrong with Lucy's wellies?" I said, "She wants some see-through ones because her ones are broken."
How will the world appreciate hand-knitted socks if they cannot see them?
I think you overestimate how many people will appreciate hand-knitted socks, babe. I'm going to be honest with you.
No. I think the husbands that I pass will be like, what the fuck is up with her feet? And the wives will go, oh, are they hand-knitted socks? Why, yes, they are. Thank you so much for noticing.
I don't know if that's what's going to happen.
Yeah, that'll happen. I think that'll happen.
I don't... I'm not sure.
Yeah.
What do you reckon, chap? How many of you are going to comment on Lucy's... Wait, the thing is, how often do you wear these see-through wellies?
When I need to.
Are they always going to be combined with knitted socks?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I'm not sure how many people are going to comment on your wellies, I'll be honest. I hate to break it to you. If you're not wearing see-through wellies at the next Staines weekends, you'll be disappointed. Exactly.
Well, I'll have to see if I can get hold of some because they're quite popular.
Fuck off.
They are.
Fuck off. Quite popular.
They are.
I think the wives will actually go, look at that show-off wandering around in her hand-knitted socks like she's better than us.
See?
Yeah, exactly.
See? They've still appreciated it. It's bitterness, but they've still appreciated it.
I'm here for bitterness. I'm glad we all agree that knights aren't that broken, chat. I'm happy we came to that conclusion together.
Yes, Paul, like the jelly ones you get for the kids. Why do I have to be boring just because I'm slightly older than the children?
It wasn't sitting right with me after last night, and that's why I came home and was like, I need to look at some rules and look at some numbers and think about it. And I even looked at the scoreboard at the end and was like, if he'd taken different secondaries, he would have won, so it can't be that bad, can it? He took a suboptimal list, and if he'd taken different secondaries, he'd have won the game. That doesn't stink of being broken to me. Copium is the thing it is. How people went to see the socks through the mud? Look, nobody.
I will carry a water bottle with me so I could rinse off the mud. Quick, people! Let's clean the welly boots.
This is getting... this is getting layered now.
You know that football boot cleaner? Get that. It's a bottle with a sponge on the end, and you clean off football boots before they go in the boot of your car, so you don't trash the boot of your car. I'll just carry that with me.
And you don't want to see this, chat? They clearly don't want to see it because we're on 25 for Lucy's Welly Fund.
Mm-hmm.
Or Luke's Willy Fund.
See? Ed gets me. Ever the optimist.
I admire optimism. Optimism is a word we could use.
My wellies.
Optimism is a word we could use. We could also use mental retardation, but...
No, we don't use that one anymore.
Optimism is a word you could use.
Do I have
Chat, will you fuck off?
Yes, I do. With a matching scarf and matching mittens.
Sorry, matching mittens?
There's my practice too in the footstool. They count because they're on Trelac. The mittens that I had to bosh out so I could get past the project are the spare mittens. So now I have 2 spares. Thank you so much for asking, Razjin. Yes, I do have a winter hat.
Luce is neither brave or has socks people think are worth seeing. I know, yeah. What should I change it to? I've got 18 minutes to get 75 members out of you and 70 quid. I mean, don't forget the matching straitjacket. Yeah, I know, yeah. Certain feet were a deal breaker for me when I was single. Fair. Was it the smell? Coordinate Ed, thank you for the 10 gifted. It's happening. Thank you for the 10 gifted, Mr. The Corner Ed. How are you doing, you wonderful fucking human?
Luce, I need some warm kit for fishing if you need to practice. What,
do you
for
want?
socks?
What do you want, Carl? A full jumper with a fish on the front. I'll buy the pattern so you can knit Carl a giant woolen jumper with a fish on the front. He's so shit at accepting any kind of gift.
He'll have to accept this one.
I'll buy that for $1.
Yeah, for $1.
I imagine you're ripping up the family off of Gogglebox and everything is knitted or crocheted. Don't, Paul, because we're going that way. I don't like it. As long as it doesn't... I'd like to say as long as it doesn't bleed into our living room, but it already has, because that's where she does the hobby. The dog brought a toy into the living room today. I was like, what's that doing in here?
It's her toy.
It's not for the living room.
It was the second toe being longer than the big toe.
Oh, no. Yeah, that's weird. I had to look at my own feet.
Yeah.
That'd be weird.
I think mine are the same, maybe? I don't know.
I mean, them things are damaged, I'll be honest.
Them things.
What you can't do if you get your see-through wellies is go barefoot. Because that's an environmental hazard.
What it is an opportunity to say, now kids, look after your feet when you're young, because look at those.
Don't cram them in whatever those ballet shoe things are called.
Point shoes.
Point shoes, yeah. Don't cram them in those and let them fucking rub and bleed.
The stilettos look very, very pretty, but don't do it. Don't do it.
Stefan says, can you get a towel-themed jumper?
Don't Warhammer do those?
Yeah, well, they sometimes do the Christmas ones, yeah. The woolen ones. Their sizing is off though.
Yeah.
Their sizing is really off. Their sizing for those knitted Christmas jumpers makes me think that they are not aware of their average customer. This is a great show for cleaning around the house. Well, I'm glad we could be of service.
I do that on a Sunday when you and Ash have your podcast. I have it on so I can mod, but I do the ironing.
Oh, the football show?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, okay. It's going to be an interesting one this weekend.
Yeah. Are you going from the football straight to work and then just staying there?
I don't think so. I don't know what I'm doing yet.
Okay.
Because football's like 12:30 kickoff. So 12:30, say it's 12:30. So half one, second half. So half two, three. So I'll be out the house at like 3, out the ground like 3, half 3. So I don't know if I come home, have dinner with you, then go back over for the show, or what. I'm not sure. I don't know. We decided nights aren't broken. Correct. We did decide that. Just something to get her a drink when you asked. I'm good, thanks. Found a wargaming club up here, so I'm finally starting to get regular games again. That's amazing.
Aww.
You'll like what I'm currently painting Liam at Land Raider in Space Wolf colours. Good man, Mikey. Well done. I need to find Warhammer Hawaiian shorts. That'd be amazing. Will you and Ash be brave enough to stream if Saints do lose? Yes. Absolutely. Knights aren't broken. Strong Sherman are not broken. Facts. Correct. What seems to be broken right now is YouTube memberships.
So what's happening? Because I heard on Monday that people, and some people today actually have said that YouTube isn't showing them.
Yeah, YouTube's being weird. So people aren't getting notifications. People aren't being shown it. So like, so what normally happens as well is YouTube recommends channels and streams and stuff. And so like when we go live, if a person opens up YouTube on their phone or tablet or computer, especially if they're already subbed to us, it would show us live. Oh, Liam's live. Click. Right. And then what it was doing for a while was it was also doing it for people that weren't subscribed, and it sort of does. Like we got a load of new people when we did AOS Saturday, and we hit 900 members in a day. And the last couple of Friday night shows where we've done really, really well, it's worked as well. Where what it will do is it will put it on people's home pages who aren't subscribed, because YouTube goes, this stream's doing quite well right now. There's got to be a reason why. We'll send more people their way in the hope that they also spend money and blah 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 blah. Right? But it stopped showing it to as many people, and it's doing it for pre-recorded channels as well. So stop showing their content to many people. So where it comes up in feeds and recommendations, it's sort of slowed it, calmed it down. And there's a theory that it's based on YouTube releasing some kind of AI-based monitoring tool that tries to be cleverer about where it puts content and who it pushes it out to, but happens to be ultra sensitive to certain phrases. So the fact that we cover Warhammer, because it has war in it, it's possible that it's restricting how many people see our content, despite the fact it's Warhammer. So it's not war.
Well, if they're going to pick up on the word war, then why aren't they restricting it altogether? Why? That doesn't make any sense in terms of safeguarding people.
It doesn't help that I also swear like a fucking trooper as well, so it probably looks at that and puts it out to less people too. But Silence Falls, thank you for the 5 gifted. You're a legend. Is there a resident expert on this channel for towel lists, specifically? Yeah, Paddy. 100%. Thank you for the 5 gifted. Silence Falls, you're a legend. We're up to 40.
I'm going to put my buns in
3
the oven.
lots of 20 now means we get target and you get 3 loose hopes. I'm just saying. We agree Joe's the problem? Yes. He's the problem. We do agree that he's the problem, 100%. You're saying Horus Heresy would get more views by default? Maybe. But then I turn up and say, right, fuckers, and it doesn't work, does it? Views are way down for Instagram too. Interesting. I haven't know. I mean, I don't. I'm shit at Instagram.
We also need to have supper, by the way.
What's supper?
Soup.
Oh, okay. And I'm definitely glad I'm not going to the gym.
Yeah.
I missed that because I had that meeting that I forgot about. Otherwise, we could have eaten then. Yeah. Anyway, what was I saying? I was saying something then. Oh yeah. So I haven't noticed with Instagram. Like Instagram, I'm shit at. I'm not good at Instagram. I'm good at doom scrolling on it, but I'm not good at posting on Instagram. So like, I've been trying to grow the bike channel on Instagram, the bike page on Instagram for ages. I fucked if I know what to do on that. But so I don't really know how the Instagram algorithm works, but the YouTube one is loose. Asked Liam about the chair last night. Oh, I fell off the chair last night.
You fell off a chair?
Yeah. So I got up to go and make tea and coffee for everyone. So Tom took over the deck chair, which is one of these. It's a secret lab chair, right? Tom took over the deck chair. I delivered Paddy and Joe the tea and coffee, delivered Tom his coffee, and sat down. I was like, do you want to carry on? Do you want me to? He's like, oh, I'll carry on. So he just finished producing the show. I was like, that's fine.
Yeah.
And I sat there, and it's one of those smaller black office chairs that we use around the corner. And I was sat there, and these obviously go really far back, and they're perfectly stable. Like, they're going nowhere. And I was doing the same kind of rocking in the little black one that I do in the secret lab chair. It is not as stable. And so at one point, I rocked as far back as I do on this, right, which is quite far, rocked far back, and it just kept going. And
Did Tom just see your feet?
Yeah, I was up in the fucking air, and I was able to roll out of it, so I didn't land on my head, but oh my lord. I was like, there was this moment where it was like perfectly pivoted between, it could go either way, and I was like, oh no, it's not going either way, it's going back. Yeah.
Did Tom help you up, or did he just point and laugh?
They all just laughed at me. It was funny. If someone else was in the chair, I would have laughed at them. So I have no issues with being laughed at. There's a restriction feature that's been turned on for some folks, even though they didn't ask for it. It meant a bunch of our videos just vanish if you don't have it unticked. Yeah. If when you're sat on YouTube on desktop, watching, if you click on your little picture in the top right-hand corner, there's a drop-down menu that happens. And about 2/3 down that drop-down menu, there's a thing that says restricted mode. YouTube have been turning that on for people by default, and it restricts the content you can see. So just make sure that's turned off.
I always feel really like a weird sense of trespass when things on my devices get turned on without asking me.
Kev, you're a fucking legend. Thank you for 5 gifted memberships. Absolute hero. Thank you, mate. Yeah, I don't like it. It's like when we got the notification recently that was like, you'll be getting a government alert on Sunday. I was like, I fucking won't. I went and turned it all off.
Yeah. We need a timestamp for you falling off the chair.
I don't remember what it was. It was later on in the game. I'm not sure when it was exactly.
More than halfway?
Yeah, I would say more than halfway. I reckon about halfway is probably when I got up and went and made the tea and coffee. It was after that because when we swapped roles.
Are we looking out for when tea got delivered?
I don't know. It wasn't straight after it.
Okay.
I think I drank my tea at that point as well. So you're talking about a little while after. So, yeah. They always turn on these new features and it's up to the user to opt out. I don't like that though. That annoys me.
I hate the whole... You should be given the opportunity to opt in.
Yeah, you should.
Instead of having to go through all the settings to opt out.
Yeah, you should. I think you should. I've had sometimes I watch Go Live, didn't get notifications, and the red dot didn't show up either next time. I was like, yeah, YouTube's all over the place at the moment. We're still getting the all snaps. I don't know what they're doing at YouTube HQ, but I found the all snaps are getting better for me. I've emailed them 3 more times, and I've had no response. They're fucking ignoring me now. But, you know. I also emailed my partner manager about something on Monday and I've had no response. Why have a fucking partner manager who doesn't respond to you? What's the point?
Shares for the chair god.
Thank you for the $5, Silas, for your legend. I appreciate you. We've got 5 members to get to 50. We didn't have news tonight.
I do have one.
Do you?
Yeah, but it's sad.
Oh, that's nice. I don't want sad news.
Yeah, it looked like, oh, okay, and then it ended up being sad.
No, I don't want sad news.
No.
I'm sick of fucking sad news.
Yeah.
I'm sick of turning on social media and just being depressed.
I need to come off Facebook. I'm now, my anxiety, I was doing really well with it and some of my symptoms were going away. And now I'm moderately anxious consistently, and now some old symptoms are coming back, which is very annoying because it took me a lot.
I don't want bad news. If it's bad news, if it's sad or bad news, I don't want it. I'm not interested.
Yeah.
I guess my final argument for new knights being overtuned is that knights are a problem right now, and they're only getting stronger. Lost their foot for double movement and higher lethality. I don't know if they are only if they're getting stronger. I don't know if I'd agree with that. Having seen the new points, the loss of the Furno pain, the loss of toughness, I don't think the ice is getting stronger. Don't look at social media tonight then, why? What's going on tonight?
Don't look.
What? Oh, no, but now he said don't look at it tonight. He's done that thing.
I know.
I need some creative yet professional phrases on how to call a company a bunch of friggin' idiots. Please don't call me that. The Springies, thank you for 5 gifted. We got to 50 right now. Just 150, chat. That'll do. I'll accept the fucking woefully small amount of super chats that have come through. Dropped Facebook 10 years ago. I'll probably delete that takes 2 weeks. Was one of the better things I've done. The problem we have is, right... Thank you, the Springies, by the way. You're amazing. The problem is social media is a requirement for the business. Like, it remains one of the best forms of advertising. Strong in mental diversity is a great phrase. This is for a company starting with a B and ending in Arcleys, which is call them cunts. That's how they're behaving. What's going on social media? I want to know.
No, we're not doing it. We're not looking. We're going to be together with our cinnamon buns and our soup, and you're going to attack my eyebrows, and we're going to do our sit-ups, and that shall be our little world tonight. We're not looking. We don't need to look. It will not help.
I'm not 100% sure I want to dip cinnamon buns in soup, though. Can we have the soup first?
Yeah.
With some bread and butter?
Yeah.
Have we got bread and butter?
Yeah.
And then can we have the cinnamon buns afterwards?
Yeah.
That'd be good. I'd like that. That'd make me happy. Could you want to get to fact? I was hoping we might be able to like get another sort of few and maybe it'd be a respectable stream, but now I've fucking had enough. Why is there so much bad fucking news and shit all the time?
Because somewhere along the way, we've lost ourselves.
It's just depressing, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
At some point, for our generation, surely at some point, we've got to turn a bit of a corner. Don't you think?
Yeah.
I think we've had 3 once-in-a-lifetime financial events.
Yeah, we're done now. We're done.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure once in a lifetime means you're only supposed to have one. Why can't people just be good people?
There are good people.
There are good people.
Mm-hmm.
There's also a lot of arseholes.
Mm-hmm. There always has been, though.
Just get rid of the arseholes.
Why are they being assholes though?
I don't know. Social media responds to clicks and so does news. It feels like narratives like it does, yeah. Bad news sells in papers. This is what I said to people for ages. I hate it. I hate it. I hate the fact that if we take away the monetization part, if we take away the gift, so I like to think, right? In my head, this is how it works. In my head is a fucking crazy place. So let me try and explain it. But in my mind and in my head, the reason why a channel our size, which I would consider for YouTube relatively small, the reason why a channel our size can have an employee and a professional space, a studio, that the business pays for. I have another job. This is my job, right? Running the business is my job. The reason why I have this is because of the generosity of you guys through things like gifted memberships and super chats, etc. Right? Cool. I don't feel like that's a wild thought process. We're good people. We try and be good people. We try and be entertaining. We try and be funny. We try and put across balanced views. We try and talk about the hobby that we love. We try and offer advice. We try and showcase it in a way in which I think that it should be played, and I think that people should enjoy the game and the hobby. And I think I like to think that's why we've got so much generosity out of the audience. And for so long now, I mean, we're struggling at the moment, but for so long we've hit all of our targets. We've been doing very well with revenue, and so we've been able to reinvest it into more models and more factions and updated equipment. And Joe's he's had a pay increase over the last year or so and all that kind of stuff, right? Amazing. Thank you. Amazing. If that wasn't a consideration for me, if the way I was generating revenue wasn't off of the kindness of people watching the show and donating, the way that you would generate revenue would be off of ad revenue, right? Mm-hmm. And the way that you generate revenue off of ad revenue is simply via a views-based metric. More views, more ads watched, more money made. At which point, there's nothing that encourages you to make positive, upbeat content. Yeah. Everything basically encourages you to make shitty, clickbaity, drama-filled, bad news content. Because that's the stuff that will get 100, 150, 200, 300,000 views. And so you get more money that way. Now, because of the way we've set the channel up, that won't work for us. That sort of transition wouldn't work. We'd be worse off because ad revenue isn't high. It's 1.3% for us of our income, I think, or 1.4% of our income per month. And it really makes me sad, though. I think we were talking about this in the Thanes the other day about I think we need to have more, and this becomes quite a dangerous path to tread down. I'm aware of this, but I think that there needs to be more done to combat social media algorithms pushing negative, shitty, or hate-based content. Because the way that the algorithm works, and if you've ever watched a program called The Social Dilemma, it's very, very interesting. The way the algorithm works is it reinforces normally your current bias. So if you have a bias and if you think the Earth's flat and you Google it, it's possible that it's going to feed you information that confirms that the Earth's flat, right? So if it reinforces a shitty negative bias, and then you end up in this weird little echo chamber of people just telling you that you're right, it's fucking dangerous.
Well, I did a really small experiment with my dad. We both Googled the same sentence, and it was something like, what makes up a protein? And I got a vegan lifestyle suggestion on my Google, and he got the science answer. The only thing that was different was where we were in the country. We're in quite a quirky, affluent area, and he's in the West Midlands, very industrial. Same sentence, and he got...
We get different answers based on geography.
He got what makes up a protein, and I got a vegan lifestyle.
But when it reinforces a view or a kind of rhetoric that's dangerous, that people should be, and I mean social media companies should be held to account for that. Because at that point, that's not about exercising a freedom of speech or a freedom of opinion. That is literally about feeding a person specific content.
Yeah.
And what you're doing at that point, because I don't give a fuck what Elon Musk says. I don't give a fuck what Mark Zuckerberg says. Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and all these kind of different social media platforms, the bottom line is, and YouTube as well for reference chat, by the way, the bottom line is, how do we make money? And how you make money is clicks. And how do you get clicks? Negative shite. Garcy says, I feel at odds with this conversation as both my Facebook and YouTube have been tailored over the years by myself. I'm pretty happy with what I get fed, especially YouTube. If you can spend the time and effort to curate your social media feed, I do that a lot. I still find at times it tries to veer off on a dangerous direction, and I'm like, no, I don't fucking not want to see that shit. So if you can curate it, great. I think people need to be. The problem is, Garcia, is there's people out there that won't be as consciously curating as you, and they'll be fed stuff. And the amount of conversations I've had with people who I know. And some of the, I don't mean this in a harsh or nasty way, but I've had conversations with people that I know that aren't the cleverest individuals in the world. There's nothing wrong with them. They're not stupid. They're hardworking. They're nice people, and you can listen to some of the things they say to you, and they're regurgitating shit they've seen on social media. And I'm like, do you believe this? Like, how and why? And then you find out it's social media, right? It's fed that to them, and then it keeps feeding the same stuff until it gets to the point where they're like, well, this must be true. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, well, you take it outside of social media and do your research, because it's not. Anyway, right. It just makes me sad, because I've also scrolled on Instagram before and fucking laughed my arse off at I'll never forget the guttural laugh that comes from you when you've watched that woman on the cross trainer. Right, there's some gems on social media, some really funny things, and it can on occasion be a real mood uplifter, just watching stupid shit and funny stuff.
I think I shared that to Discord.
It could be a real fucking mood uplifter, and unfortunately people go, well, we get more money and clicks if we spread bad news. Anyway, hey ho. I was hoping that might get us some. It doesn't. Have you got a fact?
Yeah.
You ready for loose facts, chat? Should we end on a high? Ready for loose facts?
The buttons on a man's jacket cuff were originally intended to stop men servants from wiping their noses on the sleeves of their uniforms.
How?
Well, I guess because you'd...
The button's there.
Well, yeah, they've been moved for fashion now, but I'm guessing they were on...
Well, unless they're made of razor blades. I'm not sure how that works.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
That's it.
All right, it's done. Good.
What I wish I could do with Facebook is, I wish Reels was an add-on that you could take off. Yeah. Because it's the Reels that does it for me. And it's the guy who invented the infinite scroll. He regrets his invention now.
I bet he does.
Yeah, there's no... Your brain then just... It doesn't conclude anything. Because it's straight on to the next one. Straight on to the next one.
The buttons have to use a poison needle on them.
Oh!
Is that true?
That got serious.
I don't think it's true. I think it's nonsense. It was 2 hours and 4 minutes when you fell out of the chair.
Thanks, Mikey.
2 hours and 4 minutes, right?
2 hours and 4 minutes.
Just to embarrass me.
I'm definitely searching that in a minute.
Yeah. Right. Anyway, cool. Last Wednesday was really bad as well. Do you think Wednesday nights are dying? Do you think we need to think something different to do on Wednesday nights?
Why? What are you thinking?
I don't know.
We can have a chat about it.
Yeah, maybe.
Right, where are you? Where's your last game? Yeah, you're not coming up on my YouTube homepage.
Lucy's trying to find the chair fall now, chat. We should wait for her to find the chair fall and then
Dempsey 40k.
then she'll leave you.
What was the 22 hours ago? Okay. 2 hours. It's near the end, yeah. 2 hours and 4 minutes.
Yeah.
Skip the One. Okay. Joe's saluting someone.
You need the audio.
Oh, do I? Okay, let me turn.
Well, you won't hear it because I'm not on screen.
No, I'm just wondering if the camera wobbles. Hang on.
Thanks, Rajan. I think I'll just give up tonight, mate. Thank you, though.
Like I say. Joe's like, what's going on?
Yeah, they didn't care for me either. No one checked I was okay.
Did the Ring doorbell catch it?
It doesn't save the footage.
Oh.
So, no.
You just hear whoop-bum, and the camera wobbles a little bit.
Have you filled in the accident book? Nah.
Was Tom a bit like, what are you doing? Oh, that was good. I wish there was a camera. I reckon you'd have done like that.
I think I probably did.
Arms circling of, oh God.
Yeah. Right. You people are amazing. Thank you for hanging out tonight. I hope you guys have enjoyed the show. You're awesome. We're back tomorrow with the Liam and Joe show at 1:30, and then we have the live game in the evening. Andy returns with his Necrons to take on Joe with the brand new Raven Guard attachment with the new chapter master of the Raven Guards. So you get to check that battle report out tomorrow night at 7:30 in the evening. It would be great if we could beat this membership total tomorrow night, because Joe's getting a real complex that every time I'm not there, it doesn't do very well. He's getting all sad about it.
Oh.
Yeah. So it'd be good if we could do that for him at least. And then on Friday we come back with some mead, which I think at the end of this week I'm going to fucking need. And need the mead. And then we're going to do After Dark at 9 o'clock for an hour and a half. Sounds good, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sound good? Right. You people are amazing. Thank you so much for watching. I made a weird noise.
Ooh.
Thank you so much for watching, you incredible human beings. Before we go loose, what do you want to call these beautiful people?
Best chat.
Best chat. Thank you so much for watching, chat. We'll see you in the next one.